All right, everybody, welcome in a Saturday edition of the Schmolke Investment Team LSU Football Practice Report. Mike Scarborough of TigerBait's.com with my sidekick buddy Sanji. Got to see the entire practice, and I can tell you the sleeve that was on Garrett Nussmeier's knee was exactly what I envisioned, what I said it probably would be. It looks like a standard neoprene that every old guy in the gym wears on their elbows or on their knees. With the little ring around it, and he had to cinch it up and loosen it up and tighten it up a few times. Had one run out of bounds that he did a little stutter, came back, and he was limping a little bit, but it's on his left knee, not his right. The right knee's the one where that surgery was done, so there's a little discrepancy there and from the info that was given to us yesterday, but we can debate that another time. But a lot out there today. In fact, Joe Sloan said to me, screaming at me from the sideline, how about that? That was one of the best, what did he say, best deep throws, best post throws all year, huh, Mike? And I said, yeah, and he goes, not bad for a guy with an ace bandage around his knee. And I said, that looks like a neoprene to me. And Nussmeier says copper. What's the copper brand that's all over the commercials? Anyways, welcome in, buddy.
Good morning, everybody. Well, getting ready to be 12 o'clock noon out here at the Ponderosa. It was a long one. It's hot. And 3 weeks from tonight, you'll be watching LSU at Clemson. And I'm not trying to alarm anybody, but they're not ready. Nuss really threw the deep ball well, like Mike alluded to. He's moving good. There are times he's going to be running to the side and he's going to have a little pain. He's a tough son of a gun. He'll fight through that. Still need more from Michael Van Buren and Colin Hurley. So you got to hope that Nuss stays healthy because those guys are still struggling. Offensive line, I got all over Josh Thompson. He looked like he lost about 5 pounds. We hadn't been out here since, Tuesday. So he looks like he's gotten in. Offensive line did have some problems. Now, look, Alex Atkins came over from Florida State to help Brad Davis develop these guys. It's a work in progress. One of the things that was a controversy at the practice is that this new rule where the defense can't move, and guess what, folks? All of a sudden, you got Bernard Gooden and Nussmeier going after each other. Bernard Gooden's the best trash talker on that defensive line with Pyburn. But a lot of good things. We'll give you a lot of good tidbits, but still a lot of work to do, and you've got 3 weeks to get it ready and fine-tune it.
I really wish we could mic up Bernard Gooden because I know he's got to be both funny and cutting in the stuff he's saying because he's jawing at Nussmeier. We were ushered out at the end, and the whole team was pushing and shoving at the end, and they said, it's time to go. But, look, I think they're due for a recovery day. You had a minimum of at least 12 drops today by different receivers and backs. Harlem Berry towards the end there, Tylen Singleton busted up a high snap to Van Buren. The handoff was late getting to Harlem Berry. Singleton bust through there, and he came up a little gimpy on that one, but Harlem Berry recovered the fumble. But Tylen Singleton's been looking good out there.
Yeah.
I hope whatever happened to him today is just something that's going to require some Advil and some ice.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to give out some props here. Mansour Delane, folks. Look, we talked about this guy coming over from Virginia Tech. He had a great practice. 2 INTs, a couple of breakups. Obviously, you know that Ashton Stamps is going to probably start at the other corner. I know a lot of people. One of the things, Mike, and you hate it when I demonstrate this stuff, but you've got to jam at the line of scrimmage.
Let me get situated.
You can't give a free release. You got to jam him. It's like a boxer. Whether you punch him with your right or your left, you got to jam him and not give a free release. So it frustrates the fan base when you're playing 7 yards off. But if you're playing press man-to-man, you jam that son of a gun. And Stamp's got to do a better job of that. 1 and 4 starting the corners. P.J. Woodland's going to play a lot in the nickel.
Man,
he's all over the place.
How can you not like that kid? I know he's undersized. You'd like him to be an inch or two taller, 15 pounds heavier if you could get it. But, man, he's a gamer. And
then, of course, Pickett's coming on. Pickett's starting to play with more physicality, and Jakeem Jackson. So you have 5 corners that you're going to probably see play against Clemson. 4 and 1 will probably start, and then they will alternate. Safeties, good news. Jordan Gilbert was moved from safety to the star position behind Charles Ross and Harold Perkins.
He's going to play a lot.
And so, well, I don't know how much he's going to play, but he's a good tackler. But we finally had Mike's boy, Deshaun Spears, number 10, come in and play. Javian Toviano had a good practice. We all know Tamarcus Cooley and A.J. Halsey are back there, so we start off with the DBs. Front four on the defensive front. Man, I don't think people realize you're going to see 6, 19, 44, 12, all those guys from the edge. And Bernard Gooden, Mike, I'm not ready to say he's...
Man, how should we see him in there next to Dominic McKinley?
What's that?
In there with the ones.
Yeah.
And so,
I was going to say, it's going to be hard to keep 88 off the field, starting with Dominic McKinley. 16 still in there.
And Jacobian Guillory had a nice day.
Nice day for Jacobian Guillory. And then you still have Sadir Mitchell, Zion Williams, and Sean Washington. So a lot more depth on the defensive front. Wes Weeks still running with the ones at Mike. Perkins and Whitweeks looking good as the linebackers. Look, you said Tylen Singleton. I hope he's not seriously hurt. Came up a little gimpy right at the end. He's had a great camp, had a great day today. And from the catching standpoint of it, still hadn't seen Chris Hilton drop a ball. Tradez Green had a big day today, caught a lot of balls. And here's the problem, folks. 6 and 4 and 2, you got to remember, those guys are trying to get into the starting lineup, and they're in the 2 deep, but they get dinged up. Brandon Brown was nursing the ankle a little bit. Of course, as we know, Nick Anderson got hit in the back ribs, and so it's hard, it's tough, physicality, but a little sloppy there at the end with the offensive line and penalties, and they will clean that up as we move forward.
I will like what I do say. I like what I saw from the running backs today. I thought Caden Durham, Caleb Jackson, Harlan Berry all did nice things, nice short runs, some nice 9-yard runs, a couple in there. And by the way, when I say 9 yards, another guy who was keeping stats might have had 11, and the guy on the right of me might have had 8. A lot of us were guessing, a lot of situational 7-on-7, and then full team back to back. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button if you're enjoying this practice report. And of course, we're brought to you every spring and fall by the great folks, Bart and Brian Schmolke over at the Schmolke Investment Team. You tired of watching your money sit idle? It's time to get off your couch or your assets and start investing. Every moment you wait could be a missed opportunity to manage your wealth. At Schmolke Investment Team, their financial advisors are ready to kickstart your investment journey. Whether you're a new investor or looking to expand your portfolio, they've got the expertise to guide you every step of the way. So stop procrastinating. Don't let fear hold you back. Take action now and help safeguard your financial future. Give them a call at 318-448-3201, SmolkeTeam.com, or go by their office at 128 Versailles Boulevard in Alexandria for a free initial consultation. Your future's in your hands. Let's make it happen. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA/SIPC. All investing involves risk, including loss of principal. No strategy assures success or protects against loss.
Hey, look, back to Nuss a little bit. Obviously, we went indoors for 3 periods, and I can't stop talking about Caden Durham and Nuss and all of the offensive guys. LSU has a lot of skilled people. Once again, Mike, it comes back to this discussion on the offensive line. I'm going to give JT, Josh Thompson, the thumbs up. Looked like he had lost some of that belly, and now you're starting to try to fine-tune the playbook as well as your bodies. Durham, I thought, was fantastic. Look, folks, he's got great vision. He's got great speed. He had a couple plays inside the 5 where there were guys that had him and he just ran around them or threw him. So Caden Durham, and I think Joe Sloan said it at the presser yesterday, he is poised to have a great year. You and I both predicted he will run the football for over 1,000 yards.
Bauer Sharp had his first drop today, but it was an underthrown ball.
Yeah, and of course, I want to get back to Nuss. He really threw the deep ball well, inside and outside, as we got on, and he went all 21 periods.
He had some beautiful throws.
He had some beautiful throws, but once again, this defensive line chirping at him. He was spicy. You want to have a man to tidbit? Nuss and Bernard Gooden were going after each other, and of course the offensive line is protecting Nuss and defensive line. So they're getting a little chippy, getting a little spicy. Don't forget, if you're going to Clemson or if you're coming over here in 4 weeks with the first home game, get those Manda products, grill it up, sausage, boudin, all the other great products, Manda Fine Meats and Mike Squirrel Barrel. We really do say it all.
I think the offensive line fared a bit better today. I will say that.
Until the end, they started having some penalties.
Yeah, you had
false start.
I think you had at least 4 false starts, but I'm going to chalk that up to some of the newcomers. But it's I think Kern had a couple of those.
Hey, we talked about it the other day on what true freshmen are going to play. CJ Jim Coley, you're going to see him, number 31, on special teams. Mike, I think this is a real sleeper. Not that many people have been talking about CJ Jim Coley. We all know about DJ Pickett, tallest corner in LSU history. He's starting to assert himself. Of course, as we know, Carius Turn. For all of you wanting him to move inside the guard, we didn't see it. But we'll see if they tweak it a little bit more. So I would say today, if you give out a 1 to 10, I'd say a good solid 7.5 or 8. There's some things you got to clean up, got to get less sloppy. But and as you alluded to, you talked about who had a good day. The DBs had a good day today. They did not catch the ball 4-on-4, 7-on-7. They did not catch everything. There were some drops. There were some collisions. Once again, the hard work, but they are rounding into shape. Mike, if they can get that offensive line to not have the penalties, establish a run game, and keep us up vertical, standing up, you got an opportunity to be really, really good on offense. And for those people that hadn't been hearing, that defense is going to be appreciably better.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell. Of course, we're also loading this up on Facebook. And hit the follow button there if you're enjoying these practice reports, and share it to your Facebook feed. And we weren't allowed practice to shoot any periods of practice today. No player interviews, no BK. So practice report's pretty much it today. Preston Guy was out there today for us, and he's going to have a more detailed tidbit in notebook from today's practice posted on our TigerBait message board. That's the Tiger Den. Please go over there, subscribe for $1 if you're not already a subscriber. You'll be able to get that and a lot more stuff that we're sharing on our message board. And got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of different packages inside the 10, inside the 5. Nuss is going to be flanked out, direct snaps to Jawan Johnson, direct snaps to Caden Durham. You're going to see more Wildcat quarterback play in the red zone, inside the 10, inside the 5. And once again, Michael Van Buren and Colin Hurley got to keep getting better. But all is good. Nothing, Nuss maybe a little gimpy up to that run. But look, folks, the problem you have here is that there's so much competition. Nobody wants to sit out a rep because here comes the next guy. So, oh, by the way, last tidbit. Aaron Anderson was back. I know he was back yesterday, but first time we saw.
They're still limiting.
They're limiting, but number one
fine.
is back, Aaron Anderson. Receivers for days. Concentrate on offensive line, health and Nuss, but that defense is going to pin their ears back and get after people that I have already envisioned. Jack Pyburn sacking Cade Klubnik and standing right over him and talking. And because let me tell you what Clemson's going to do.
Buddy's giving Clemson bulletin board material now.
No, let me just tell you this, though. Clemson's going to hit Nuss and stand over him and talk. And so if you could limit Clemson to a couple sacks in that game, would you take 2 sacks in a game?
Yeah, I think so.
I would. But hey, everybody, enjoy your afternoon. And once again, 3 weeks from the start of another great LSU Tiger football season.
All right, everybody. See you on the other side. Y'all have a good rest of the weekend.